Yo! Hey, what's up? This is Dave Powers from Worship in the Word Movement. I'm the president of the nonprofit organization that covers Heaven Fest. And I just want to thank you for checking out the video and the series of videos that talks about our heart and really what we're trying to communicate this year for Heaven Fest, the vision of Heaven Fest 2011. So here's how it went down. Several weeks after Heaven Fest last year, 2010, me and my family were down in Mexico hanging out. It was about 1 in the morning. I snuck out onto this balcony and started swinging back and forth in this hammock, and it was great. I asked the Lord one of my favorite questions to ask Him, which is, hey Lord, how are you, and what are you dreaming about? I love asking Him that question, and I don't care if it has anything to do with what I'm doing or not. It's just fun to ask Him that, because sometimes you can intersect with stuff that's going on in His heart that you just normally wouldn't get to talk to Him about because we're too busy doing our own stuff. So I asked Him that, and as I was swinging back and forth, I started thinking about some cool stuff that I really hadn't ever thought of before, and it was fun. After about 30 minutes, I had my thoughts kind of switch over into Heaven Fest, and I stepped into about a 4-hour encounter with God. Dead serious. It was crazy. It was totally nuts. And so what I started thinking about was, I felt like God was saying, okay, I want to give you the vision for this next year. And He kind of showed me that over the past few years, He's been building a foundation, trying to communicate to us His heart for Heaven Fest. So among those things, like right at the beginning, one of the things that He said to us was, hey, I want to be the headliner of Heaven Fest. You know how in like concerts, the momentum builds all day long. You know, all these bands kind of happen all throughout the day, and then the big bands play last. It's like anticipation builds up. What kind of seemed like Jesus was saying to us as we were praying and hanging out with Him, like, I want all of the anticipation of the day to build up to meet with me. So right from the beginning, we said, all right, well, we don't know how to do that exactly, but we hung out with Him, and that's why we do the main event. Where all the other bands finish early, we put a bunch of nobodies up on the stage, just nameless, faceless people. We don't introduce anybody, we just worship the Lord. So that was one of 7 things that God was communicating to us. He was communicating, hey, I want you guys to be givers. So every year we've given money away to the poor. He said, hey, I want you to intentionally engage a brand new generation with my heart for the poor. So we've tried to do that creatively. He's talked about how he wanted to use the platform of Heaven Fest to communicate something really dear to his heart, which is 24/7 worship and prayer. He also wanted to use this as a platform just to get our family together, to hang out, which has been awesome across all of our generations and cultures and generations and all that stuff. So it's been an amazing thing, and we've also been praying that God would use Heaven Fest as a catalyst, something that speeds up the process, a catalyst for transformation and revival in this region. We've been praying that God would use this event to reach people that don't know Him. So these are kind of the things that God's put on our hearts to focus on, and kind of just seemed like as we were praying, God was saying to us, this is my heart for Heaven Fest. And we understand this isn't everything on God's heart, it's just His heart for this event. So I'm sitting there in the hammock hanging out, and it kind of occurs to me that God was saying, look, I love all of that stuff, but I'm going to take and tweak a couple of things. So I'm going to take the next video just to communicate what we've been hearing over in that time while I was hanging out on the hammock, but also in the last few months. And so if you want to check it out, check out the next video.